Okay. Hi beautiful people! So I want to start off by saying sorry. I know it's been like a month since I made a video. Life's just been crazy. I've been like so busy, and then I went on my mission trip, and also I just don't like to post a video unless like I think that it's a good quality one, and or if the lighting's bad then I don't want to do that either. Like it's just been, oh my goodness. I tried filming this like before I left. I tried filming a video like 3 times and I didn't like them at all, and so I just didn't upload them, so that's why it's been a long time. Also, I have a cold. If you couldn't tell, it's why my voice is a little bit lower than normal. But yeah, we're pushing through. I am so excited to tell you all about my mission trip and just like what God taught me while I was there, and just to kind of update you on what's been going on in my life. I can't even tell you how incredible the trip was. I went to Indiana with this amazing group of people, just like some of the funniest people you'll ever meet, the coolest people, and like I just loved them because I was able to be completely myself and like my weird funny self, which usually takes me a long time for me to feel comfortable to be me around people that I don't know very well. I was able to do that right away with these people, and it was just so cool getting to know all of them. And I think like what played a big part in that was we weren't allowed to have our phones, and so like you're kind of forced to like talk to these people and like get to know them, and I loved every moment of it. And being away from my phone, gosh, was so good. So good. Me and my roommate, we both went together, and we didn't want to turn our phones back on because it was just so nice to not have them for a while and like, you know, unplug from some social media and everything. My throat. So basically what we did on this trip was we worked half of the time doing service projects around this neighborhood area, and then we also worked at a school with kids because it's like a Christian school / church kind of thing, and so half the day the children were in school, and then so while they were in school we went out and did service projects, and then like after school they had after school programs. We got to work with them just playing tag or tutoring them, and just lots of other cool like little club things that they have, and it was just great. The service projects we did were my favorite part, to be honest. We worked cleaning up garbage, just these streets of like foreclosed home after foreclosed home after foreclosed home, just filled with garbage. It looked really bad, and we had so many bags of garbage that we picked up, like literally I don't even know how many. And like afterwards it was just so interesting to see them completely cleared, and it was very cool. And while we were picking up trash, just so many people came out of their houses to say thank you, and we're just so grateful, and like it was so nice of them, and I don't know, I just love doing it too, and it was fun. You'd think picking up trash would be like kind of like why are we doing this, but no, like we were all so excited and like happy to do it, and it was just funny. My group like made so many jokes, like we would find a hairbrush and they would go, oh, that's George Washington's very first hairbrush, you know. It was so funny. Maybe you had to be there, but I thought it was hilarious. The other thing we did for a service project was we were working on a foreclosed home that the church had bought, and we were totally like making it completely new inside, like fixing it up, bringing it up to code. And what they're going to do once it's complete is they're going to sell it to a family in need for pretty cheap, way less than it would cost on the market. So we got to work on that. I got to use a sledgehammer, raking ceilings down, busting out walls, just fun stuff like that. So I did not want to forget like a single thing that I did on this trip, and so every single day I journaled like what we ate, what we did, where we went, little quotes people said throughout the day that inspired me, just like literally everything. And when I got back I made a little journal of it, and I'm pretty proud of it, so I'm going to show it to you. Literally everything we did, like my whole trip, all our names, and just like things God taught me, a verse that inspired me. Little quotes. They called me Big Mama. That was my nickname. I don't even know where that came from, but it was so funny. Yeah, this was something God taught me. A reminder to pray for this person. This came from a bag from like we went out to eat at a fast food restaurant called Rally's, and I cut that out and kept the bag just so I would remember like we went there. And yeah, like these little quotes that were things that people said on the trip that just completely like inspired me, and I just felt like God was like speaking to me through these people. There's even more, we've got more. And then I made a little bit of like, this is like, I'm not done yet completely on this page, but of things that God taught me after the trip and after we got back. So that's what I did. That's a little product of it. So God really taught me a lot on this trip, and I wanted to kind of share 2 things that he taught me. I'm going to be making videos about this, like the things that God taught me on this trip, probably for the next like 2 or 3 videos, because he taught me a lot while I was there. So I want to share 2 of them in this video. And the first one is something he taught me when I was picking up trash. We did that every single day that we were there. What I thought he was speaking to me was that, you know, as we were picking up garbage on these streets, like literally like covering the ground, like before we were picking it up, like the ground was covered, nothing could really grow from that. Now in the spring, I mean, you know, soon, new life's gonna be able to grow from that ground, new grass, new plants, and that's just so beautiful, because in our lives, like God takes out our baggage, takes out our garbage, and like everything from our past, and he completely wipes that away and cleans it out, and inside of us, like new life can grow, and gosh, like it's just so beautiful, like such a great metaphor of how God works in our lives, and God takes out our garbage and makes beautiful things out of the dust. And just with that, like picking up garbage, like people on the trip admitted that they thought, you know, why are we picking up garbage? Like that's not really gonna make a difference in this town. Like, but someone else said, you know, no act of kindness is insignificant. Everything that we do matters when it comes to kindness and serving other people. Something else someone said that just blew my mind, and it was so inspiring, was that kindness has ripple effects that we can never see. God does things in people's lives, like through our small acts of kindness, that like we'll never be able to see the effects of. But we kind of just have to trust that like God's gonna be the one to work it all out. So he calls us to be kind, he calls us to serve, and so we should do those things, and through those little acts that we do to people, God's gonna create ripple effects, and it's just a beautiful thing that we're so fortunate that we get to be a part of. Okay, the second thing I want to share with you, this might be a little bit confusing, so I'll try to explain it in easier kind of terms. This has to do with the foreclosed home that we were working on. I remember one day, we were all talking, and we all kind of said, you know, we wish we could see the end of what the house is gonna look like when it's all like furnished and all the, like everything's in it, all the paint's done and everything like that. It's all good. But like we were the first ones to even start working on this house, so we would never have seen the end of it, you know. But that's kind of how it is in other people's lives. Like when we plant the seed of the gospel in someone's life, we may never see that seed grow, just because like we're so early in the stages of that person in their walk with Jesus. But like along the way in that person's life, different people are going to come along and have different jobs in that person's life, whether it be planting the seed or watering the seed, or on the house. In terms of the house, like we were the ones who sledgehammered it, or there's going to be people who are going to paint it and furnish it. Like different people have different jobs. Does that make sense? In terms of building a house, which is the metaphor, or like helping someone in their walk with Jesus. We all have different roles. No one's job in the midst of all these 2 different things that I'm talking about, no one's job is insignificant. Everyone's job and what they do in this person's life or on this house is going to matter, and it's going to make it who, you know, he or she ends up being, or how this house is going to be. Let me read you scripture. This might make more sense. 1 Corinthians 3, verses 6 through 8. I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but God made it grow. So neither he who plants nor he who waters is anything, but only God who makes these things grow. The man who plants and the man who waters have one purpose, and each will be rewarded according to his own labor. So I hope this encourages you that if you're pouring into someone's life and just loving them, and it doesn't seem like what you're doing is even making a difference, or if you're working on a house and it seems like you're working so hard, but like it doesn't seem like anything is even like being done and nothing is even productive, like you are making a difference in someone's life or in that house. Like what you're doing matters, and like we each have different jobs along the way, so keep pouring into people's lives, keep like loving other people, because it is not insignificant. Like God sees what you're doing, he's gonna make that grow, he's gonna make beautiful things from it. I learned so much from God, and just like I heard his voice more audibly in this like past week than I ever have in my whole life. And that's because like I was unplugged from my phone, I was unplugged from distractions, and I really do want to kind of take that and like apply it in my life now, like going on social media less, going on my phone less, as much as I can, because God is always speaking, and it's us we're the ones who are too busy and too distracted to hear from him. I want to share with you everything that I learned, but I'm gonna have to make more videos because this video is already gonna be pretty long, so I will make more videos hopefully when I'm back to my normal health state. But thank you so much for praying for me and for just always being so encouraging to me. So many of you told me that you were praying for me for my trip and just for my dad, who by the way is doing so much better. My mom says that every single day he gets better and better, and that's just God. That's nothing else but God. So thank you so much for continuing to pray and just for being so great. So hopefully a new video will be coming out again soon about just more about what God taught me, and yeah, hopefully that'll be soon. Thank you so much again for everything. Literally, you are the best and just so nice, and I'm just so thankful for you. So thank you, have a great day, and know that you are so loved and so beautiful.